Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining in. My name is Anupama Anantharaman. I'm the VP for Product Marketing at Interra Systems. At Interra Systems, we provide QC monitoring and video analysis solutions to both the broadcast as well as streaming media space. And we're really a global company. Our customers are spread all over the world. And many of the top media companies use our solutions throughout their workflow to look at the quality of the content, to monitor the content, and also with our deep analysis tools, they can do deep dive and to debug the content. My role at Interra Systems allows me, this really unique opportunity to talk to a variety of customers in this space, and I get firsthand understanding and experience of what challenges they face, what solutions work, what doesn't work. In this presentation, what I want to do is kind of talk about what are some of the solutions, tools, and technologies that you need to adopt to ensure a really good quality video with good quality of experience, so that you can, monetize in this streaming space. And also, just want to mention that this presentation is basically in the context of QC and monitoring for video quality in the streaming space, because as you know, streaming media is a really vast ocean, many different tools and technologies you can use, many ways to monetize your content, but we are really here talking about video quality, video monitoring, how to monetize your VOD content, etc. We know the adoption of online video, watching video through devices has really taken care of. There's so many research out there, so many numbers, so many predictions, but suffice it to say that OTT video is really going to be the dominant platform very soon. And what are some of our customers? What are their main imperatives? What are their main things that they are thinking about? And there are three main that I come across. Optimal picture quality. So how do you deliver a really good quality video? Customers today are extremely sophisticated, and no matter what kind of variety of content you have to ensure that the pictures are of pristine, good quality. As part of that, there is quality of experience. Now, picture quality is part of quality experience, but it's actually much more than that. When we talk about quality of experience in the streaming media space, we are talking about is the right bitrate video, was it available or not? Was there any buffer, delays? Was there any problem with audio-video synchronization? Things like that. So, and closed caption. So all these things are important for the viewer to get a really good quality of experience. And by the way, the end users do judge a video service provider based on these things. These are the things that are constantly talked about. So quality of experience is something that one cannot ignore. And thirdly, streaming media is really all about monetization. That's really its biggest appeal. And so you want to look at various ways to efficiently monetize, especially from your VOD content. So these are the three main imperatives. And what we are suggesting is that there are four distinct things that you can do to address these functions. First is QC, the quality checking, quality control. Second is active and passive monitoring. Third is adopting the right ad verification tools. And the fourth is how you can use machine learning AI to very smartly categorize your content. On the surface, these functions sound like pretty simple stuff to take care of, but actually the ABR technology is extremely complex. ABR technology has been around, the adaptive bitrate technology has been around for a long time, but ABR for broadcast quality video is something that still our customers are really struggling with. There are new standards, new formats. There is HLS, MPEG-Dash. Customers are now moving from the good old AVC, H.264 to HEVC. There are new container formats, new ad standards. So there is just lots going on here, and it's making it very complex for our video service providers. Second is, of course, not only is it complex, you have to now manage really large volumes of data. Thirdly, provide good quality video, take care of this complex infrastructure to ensure good quality on a wide variety of devices. And this variety is just increasing, it's not going down. And lastly, but most importantly, even when you have everything taken care of, just the delivery infrastructure is so different. Nothing is really in your control, except that the content preparation. Afterwards, it's really up to the bandwidth that's available to the customer. So it's a completely new way to deliver video. So it's very complex, and there are a lot of challenges. So the very first approach that we recommend in this is that during your content preparation stage, you take care of comprehensive QC and comprehensive monitoring. So if in this space, companies that provide QC and monitoring tools, generally you will hear about end-to-end QC and monitoring, where you are putting probes, whether it's a hardware probe or a software probe, at many, many points in the network, right from your ingest down to your edge, CDN and the edge servers. This really sounds like a great idea, and I think if all resources and the wherewithal, the expertise was available, then I think it's great, it's ideal. But when you look at the whole complexity, like for example, some of the broadcasters and video service providers, once they create the content and it's pushed to CDN, they actually don't have much visibility. So So complete full end-to-end quality monitoring becomes sort of a lofty ideal. So what we recommend is that during your content preparation stage, where your video goes through maximum amount of video processing, that's where you really need to make sure that your content is very well checked out for all different things that can potentially cause problems. So comprehensive QC. So if you look at a typical streaming media workflow, you have your content coming in, and it all goes through complete transcode. In case of streaming, corporations need to decide how many different bitrate videos they are creating. So there is just a lot of video processing happening here. You need to decode the video, decode the audio, and extract all the quality parameters. So if there is any issue, your QC tool should be able to point it out. Now, why do you want to do comprehensive QC here at this stage, at post-transcode? There are a few main reasons. One, of course, is that this is the point in your network where you have the luxury of time here. Everything is file-based. Content is not yet delivered. So you can take your time to properly validate your videos for quality. Another reason, of course, is that assuring very high quality video is extremely important. And if you don't take care of it here, if it's a bad video, then the problem is going to propagate down the line. And debugging it is going to be a nightmarish scenario. So you are really better off taking care of a comprehensive QC at this stage. And then comes your, on the monitoring side. So once content is created in the workflow, it goes through packager, and then most companies also apply DRM to the content. and then it's made available on the origin server. And so origin server is really your main point, main delivery point in your network. And here is where we highly recommend passive and active monitoring. So this is an example of an active monitoring where you are continuously looking at the, downloading the ABR videos that are available. You are doing playlist validation. You are looking at how long it took to download the video. This is a very important check. So if it's a 10-second video, it should be downloadable within a certain time frame. All these checks you can do. You should also look for compliance, for example, closed caption compliance, audio. Another important thing that one must perform here is what is quality scoring. And this is where the machine learning, artificial intelligence-based algorithms can be very effectively put in practice. When we talk about quality scoring, there are many ways to do it. There are some companies that propose what is called full reference quality checks, quality scoring. So you need to have your source video and also your post transcode video, so you can do a comparison. That's, of course, one way to do it. But now with machine learning, there are very smart technologies available where they, using AI, you can get a really a very accurate quality score, which basically tells you what kind of degradation happened in the post-transcode stage. So I think the broadcasters and video service providers would be really well advised to look at, spend enough time choosing tools that provide this type of audio and video quality score. Another important thing at this time to perform also is collect all the error alerts for all the origin server videos that you are looking at. And of course, DRM support is extremely important for any tool that you choose. Because if there is a problem, for example, if you are not able to decrypt the video, then you are only extracting very high-level quality statistics. You cannot really look at what's inside the video. So a DRM support is also extremely important. And needless to say, the tool should also support both, on-premises as well as cloud deployment. And I think the previous speaker, Ryan from NetInt, I think, he talked at length about software-based solutions. Industry is now favoring software-based solutions. They are just much more flexible, easy to scale, easy to upgrade. So a good software-based solutions with cloud support is extremely important. So at this origin server, this is what is called active monitoring, where you're continuously looking at your content for different types of checks. And then there is another type of monitoring that you can perform at origin server or also at CDN, where you are passively monitoring. So here you are actually watching user sessions. So you can look at things like how many requests for video came, and of those requests, how many were served. You can look at the bandwidth that was consumed for each of the sessions. You should also be able to get response code, HTTP response codes for any error that happened. So if you look at the list of things that this passive monitoring accomplishes, when you do this continuously, both active and passive monitoring over a long period of time, you can truly gauge, the efficiency and accuracy and the quality of the video delivery that you are doing. So that was QC and monitoring. We also talked about monetization, how important it is. WAD assets are the most precious assets for any organization, and you want to make sure that you can monetize it to the fullest. And streaming media is really affording an immense opportunity to monetize from the ads. In fact, I was reading that more than 50% of the ads are now seen on smart devices. So this is something that a good ad insertion monitoring and analysis tool should be part of any organization's repertoire. And when we talk about ad insertions tools, we are talking about tools that can tell you where the ad avails, how many ad opportunities you have. Through these tools, you can determine that. And then you should also be able to perform quality checks on these ads, because there are some very high performance ads, Super Bowl ads. I mean, if it has to be 4K, it has to be 4K. If it is not 4K, then you have really lost revenue there. So it should be able to perform these quality checks. And then also just provide you complete reports on the performance of your ads so that you can recognize revenue. And the last but the most important point is that it should also support all the important ad-related standards. Many specifications are there. One of the most popular ones now is VAST. It's for video ad serving template. It's a very powerful specification. So with that, you can actually grab ads from the cloud or what have you, and look at ad right from the time it is prepared to be delivered to whether it's delivered or not. So, and then, of course, in the broadcast realm, there are SCTI 35, SCTI 30, these standards that tell you how to look for to verify ads. So ad reporting, ad verification, and ad quality tools are extremely essential. And now, moving on, we'll talk a little bit about the classification and compliance that's really driving a lot of technologies in this space using artificial intelligence and machine learning. Our customers now have this whole world at their disposal. Now they are able to reach a wide variety of audience across different geos. So this is a great opportunity. At the same time, it's also posing a lot of challenges with respect to how do you manage this content. Our customers are now talking about categorization. So you have all this, this plethora of videos at your disposal. How do you categorize them? And some of the most common scene detection or categorization are, violence. That is, explicit content. Or if you are dealing with a lot of sports videos, and how do you very quickly from your video libraries fetch videos that have, all the sports highlights, things like that. So this, and manually doing this, which a lot of companies are doing right now, is of course very labor intensive and extremely expensive. But more than that, it's just impossible. It's very inefficient. So using AI and machine learning here, based technologies would be a great solution. So when you are looking at machine learning, and obviously machine learning and AI it's everywhere. It seems to be like I talked about, like a panacea for all the problems that you have. That's really not the case. You really need to invest a lot of time and research in selecting the right machine learning based tools. It's not about just technology, by the way. For example, Google has invested a lot of, thrown a lot of people and money at coming up with AI and machine-based algorithms. But what you want is a complete solution, a complete product. Does it understand your videos? Does it understand MPEG standards? Does it understand the container formats? The tool provider, are they going to work with you as you come up with a variety of different types of content and different requirements in this space? So it's very important that you select a tool based on all these criteria. And of course, it has to also work on premises or on cloud. And So for example, some applications for classification and compliance that we are coming up across often is we need tools to very quickly do face recognition, strong language use, because now your video is exposed to many different geographies. So there are regional regulations to take care of, and also there are cultural sensitivities. So this is just beginning. This is just the beginning, but I think very soon we will see that almost any company, any organization that is involved in video streaming will have to address these concerns. So in terms of technology, a very accurate and a comprehensive AI and machine learning based classification and categorization tool also is extremely important. So that was the fourth recommendation. And so just kind of wrapping up, streaming media is a highly competitive space, and companies we have to continuously calibrate their strategies and their decisions and what they are doing. But we really strongly believe that if during your content preparation stage, if you invest in the right tools, then you are highly likely to deliver high quality video with great quality of experience, and be able to very successfully monetize in this space through QC, active and passive monitoring, ad verification tools, and advanced classification and categorization tools.
Big round of applause for Anupama.
Thank you. So, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
Fantastic. I know you're all hungry and ready to get to lunch, but we have a little order of business before we do. One of you will walk away with this Google Home Hub. It's so new, it's so fresh, it's still warm. I think they just made it. Who is our lucky winner?
Lucky winner is Reza Farivar. Okay.
All right, what company?
Yeah. Oh, Team Stream Live.
All right.
Yeah.
Come up and get your prize.
So if there are any questions, please do let me know. We just had about 15 to 20 minutes, but I really would like to talk to you, get your feedback. I also wanted to just quickly get an idea how many of you are in the video streaming space where you are actually preparing and delivering content. Okay.
Oh, very nice. All right, so come up. She will be happy to answer questions.
Yes.
For the rest of you, we are on lunch now. Discovery Track reconvenes at 1:45. See you then.